Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's reading is the person on your mind. How do they feel about you, your situation at the moment? We have three groups for you to choose from: Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. Please feel free to pause the video if you do need a little extra time to choose your group. But I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the first group, then this reading could be for you. I hope you guys are really doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. So the person on your mind, how do they feel about you at the moment? So to start off, we have the Strength card in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. So they actually feel you're very strong, even though you might be experiencing difficulties at the moment. They actually feel you're very successful in getting through any, difficulties that you could be experiencing or have experienced in the past. And they feel like this is due to your strength. But as for them, like, you make them feel kind of exposed. They feel that you see their secrets. They do feel you care about them. So yeah, they do feel you care about them a lot. But they do feel they aren't able to show or give you that same care, even though they could want to. They feel that you guys need to give things a minute, or they need to give things a minute so they don't mess things up, or they feel they need to keep things the way they are so they don't mess things up or potentially hurt you. And they could also want to keep a distance from you right now because they can't really focus on you, so they don't want to hurt you in that way either. And it also feels like your care for them could make them feel nervous, as well as you seeing through them makes them feel nervous as well. They just don't really feel ready to face a connection with you. At the moment, they may not feel in control of their emotions when it comes to you as well, maybe when it comes to other things in their life as well. So they could want to keep their distance for that reason too. It feels like they don't want to be vulnerable with anyone because they don't feel they have emotional control at the moment. So they don't really want to open that door, especially with you, And they are also feeling overwhelmed by your connection. They could be afraid of being relied upon. Again, they might feel they could hurt you because of, it's like the emotional instability that they are feeling within themselves. And it also feels like they aren't as confident as they appear to be, and they kind of feel powerless when it comes to you. And it also feels like they're afraid of having to reject you. It feels like they might need to reject you. Maybe they don't want to, but for whatever reason, like maybe for what's going on in their life or whatever, they could feel, nervous about that situation coming about. It also feels like they're afraid of becoming emotionally connected to you, or they're afraid of things reaching a point where you matter to them, And it feels like for right now they're holding back because they just don't know, there's no certainty in terms of their feelings. So they could feel it would be better to just hold back and just give things a minute. And in terms of rejection, they're also afraid to be rejected for who they are. And at the moment, they just don't really trust themselves to be open. But there is a part of them that might miss you. Like they feel they might miss you. Again, they don't really seem certain, but there are times where they miss you or they think they do. And there's a part of them as well that wants to reconnect with you. But they could feel, again, afraid that it's too late for you guys. But maybe in the future, you guys can rebuild something, whether that's a relationship, a friendship, acquaintanceship, I don't know. And at the moment, they also feel like they don't really know how to best communicate how they feel. Like they're afraid to say what's really on their mind, and they're afraid of saying the wrong thing as well. And for some of you, they could feel you guys are past talking, if that makes sense. And it feels like they don't want to be confused with where you two stand. They don't want you to be confused with where you two stand as well. But it also feels like they're afraid of making their feelings clear, maybe in terms of needing distance or just, needing distance. But overall, right now, it feels like they're overthinking a lot where you guys are concerned, and it feels like they don't really want to communicate either. It feels like, again, like a part of them wants that clarity, but they're avoiding it. So moving on, we have I masturbate to the thought of you. I've been trying to contact you. We have move on. Wait, how many? Yeah, move on. I'm a little distracted right now. Strip. Pillow talk. No excuses. Wild thoughts. And deal with the unexpected. So with no excuses, at the moment they actually feel like they have to make excuses where you're concerned. Almost, do you know when like sometimes you go along with something, maybe even when you don't want to, and they could be feeling that way when it comes to you. They just feel like they don't really know what else to do other than that, you know. So with like masturbate to the thought of you, that could be just something they do when they think about you at times. But we also have strip, and it feels like they would love to be able to strip back in terms of their feelings and stuff like that. But again, they also feel afraid to do that for some reason and opening up to you in that way. Like at the moment, they could feel like they need to or want to move on from maybe, let me see, maybe you or the connection they have with you. But again, they feel afraid to do that and let go in that way. And they could be also doubting their want to do that. It's like, okay, I feel like I want to move on from this person, but at the same time, am I making the right decision? So it feels like they're kind of indecisive as well in regards to what they want to do and what is, the best course of action. And with I'm a little distracted right now, they could feel distracted by you or the connection they have with you. They could feel that your relationship is a distraction to them. So with pillow talk and I've been trying to contact you, They feel like, again, I said this already, I think, but they, want to talk to you, feel like they need to talk to you, but yeah, something's just holding them back from doing so. So with deal with the unexpected, they could feel like they could be dealing with something right now that's come up in their life that has been unexpected. Maybe it's difficult, but they feel like maybe they can't deal with your relationship in conjunction to whatever has just come up in their life right now. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful. I'm wishing you the best, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. Hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. So, the person on your mind, how do they feel about you at the moment? Okay, so to start off, we have the Nine of Swords upright, Magician upright, and the Knight of Swords upright. So Nine of Swords, Magician, Knight of Swords. Okay, so this is a random message. I don't know, but for some of you, they could feel like you guys would have a stressful relationship. But it feels like at the moment they could be losing sleep over you guys. Maybe they feel things are too complicated, and they could actually feel guilty when they think about you. For some of you, they could feel bad about your last conversation or interaction, but it feels like they're ashamed almost of how they handled things or how they behaved last time you guys saw or spoke to each other. And it also feels like they're quite worried that you might not forgive them, worried they pushed you away for good. And for a lot of you here, they're afraid you'll eventually move on from them as well. And they kind of just feel like they've been sabotaging themselves when it comes to you. And they're really nervous about seeing you again. So at the moment, they could be feeling overwhelmed by your relationship. And take this as it resonates, but they kind of feel like their worst fear is being played out in your relationship. Like their imagination is running wild. Like one of their worst fears is coming true. Um, I don't know what that fear could be. It could be different for, each of you that kind of resonate with that message. Maybe you'll understand what that fear is actually talking about. But yeah, they feel obsessed with you almost, and they kind of want you to feel the same. Like they want you to be obsessed with them as well. They could feel like they have been too controlling with you. They definitely feel you're more focused on yourself right now, and they do feel in some way that you're stuck in some area of your life and that you are feeling stressed out. But they also feel you're very powerful in some way too. So for some of you, this person could feel like they've been quite short with you. Um, and this could be because they've been worrying about what their future looks like. But they could also feel like you're aware of this. They could feel like you should know that's why they're being short with you or, different with you in some way. But yeah, they do feel drawn to you in ways that they can't really explain. And it feels like right now they are strategizing on how to approach you and how to control how you see them. It feels like they do want to like impress you or come across a certain way in your eyes. And they also feel like they have been doing everything to get your attention. They feel like they are trying to show their best self, or they have been showing their best self. Maybe there was a blip in their mind, but they feel like ultimately they have been trying to show their best self. And yeah. But they feel like you see this too. So it feels like they now know what they need to do to make things work here. And they feel you could really influence them, and they want to be able to influence how you feel as well. And it feels like this person, they want you to choose them, and they want you to be like loud and proud about it, you know? Like not put them on a pedestal, but definitely like, I don't know, I'm hearing talk about them or talk them up to certain people in your life. But they want you to be super vocal, basically. That you've chosen them, or that they're yours, or something else that makes more sense to your relationship. But right now they do feel like they need to stay in control of their emotions. This person, they feel like they're focused on you more than they care to admit. It's like they can't even really admit it to themselves, but they do feel very focused on you. At the moment, they could be trying to hide their vulnerability. They feel like they are trying to play it cool. They could want answers from you as well. For some of you, they could want you to be the one to clear the air. It's like they want to fight for you guys, and they're kind of growing impatient with the way things are. And it feels like they're not really thinking straight when it comes to you as well, even though they could be trying to. It feels like they kind of want to rush in without really thinking things through too much. And they could actually plan on doing that. And finally, they could feel you guys were meant to create something together. What that looks like. Maybe, they're not really sure, or what that could, turn out to mean or be. But yeah, they feel like you guys were meant to create something together. So we have dishonesty, we have trust your intuition, we have dreamer, I will do everything in my power to protect you. You seem a little shy and I find it endearing. So pure, you deserve better. I'm not a very forgiving person. And we also have simple pleasures. So with you deserve better, they actually feel that they should have conducted themselves better in regards to you. It could be referring to like a specific situation as opposed to in general. And with dishonesty, they feel that they sense they were being dishonest about something, or for sure that they were being dishonest about something. So with you seem a little shy and I find it endearing. That's exactly how they're feeling about you. For some of you, they can feel you are quite shy or introverted or whatever it might be. But they feel you are very endearing, or that particular quality is endearing. And if any of you here are dreamers as well, maybe creatives, people who are in their head, and you just have that kind of dreamer energy, maybe have a lot of hobbies or talents or something like that. Or you kind of just like use a lot of different mediums in order to express yourself, whatever it might be. But they kind of love that dream equality that you have. With simple pleasures, they could feel you are someone that enjoys simple pleasures. They don't feel like you're a simple person, um, but they could feel you are, easy to please. Like it doesn't take a lot to please you, you're happy with the simple things. And with I'll do everything in my power to protect you. They could feel like they need to be like do more to be protective. Do wait, hold on. Yeah, they could feel like they need to do more to be protective of you. Like with So Pure, like they do feel you have this innocence to you. Even though you have this like, sweet, shy, innocent kind of energy, they also feel that under certain circumstances that you wouldn't be a very forgiving person. Like there are certain things that you just wouldn't forgive. And for some of you, they could feel like they've kind of crossed that line. Um, and that could be why they feel uncertain in regards to you possibly forgiving them. Like they're worried that you won't forgive them. Yeah, so they could feel like they've actually crossed that line already. And finally, with trust your intuition. This could be a random message, but with trust your intuition, they could actually feel that you want them to be more connected to themselves, like more self-aware. But yeah, that is all I have. For those of you who chose this group, I really do hope it could be helpful. I'm wishing you the absolute best. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Please take care of yourself, okay? Bye. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the third group, then this reading could be for you. I hope you guys are doing okay. So the person on your mind, how do they feel about you at the moment? Okay. So to start off with, we have the Two of Cups upright, King of Swords upright, and the Sun in reverse. So they feel as though you guys do, or you could have a very strong relationship. They do feel you guys are compatible. They feel connected to you, but it feels like they want to be even more so. They want to build something real, something sustainable. Even though they feel you guys are compatible, they want you guys to be further on the same page when it comes to certain things. This could be something you've maybe had a conversation about. It could be about social life, extended family, work, maybe, but it could be, it feels very specific, maybe very different for each of you. But yeah, they could feel like they understand you, but there are specific things they feel you need to open up to them about. And there are certain things they want to be vulnerable with you about as well. For some of you, they do feel they need to break off their commitment to someone else, but that feels like it's a very specific message, maybe for a few of you, maybe one of you, I don't know. But please only take that one if it makes sense. So yeah, they feel like they understand you, but they're not sure if you completely understand them. Um, but they don't really feel as though that's like a big deal. They don't really feel like it matters, like it doesn't really have any, like, it's not a problem. But you're someone that they could see themselves committed to. They do feel you guys are emotionally aligned, or they feel they're emotionally aligned with you, whether or not that's mutual or the same intensity as them. They don't really know, but in terms of their feelings, um, yeah, they do feel aligned with you, and they want continued growth. They feel like you've brought out the best in them, or they feel like you've brought out certain good qualities in them, and you make them feel seen, you make them feel valued, and they feel you emotionally fulfill each other, or you could potentially fulfill each other in that way. So normally they could feel like they are quite logical, but with you, it feels like you've brought out a more emotional side to them. But they may not feel fully ready to let down their guard just yet. They definitely feel more for you than they show. They could feel it's best to keep most of their emotions in check and not kind of let themselves go wild in that way. And yeah, they could want to do this so that they can think and act with clear intentions. They feel like they kind of just need to make smart decisions when it comes to you and your relationship, and how they express or translate their emotion into action. And it feels like they are just trying to be objective. And they also feel you're quite protective of your heart as well. So it also feels like they need to be sure you're in it for the long run, or you're at least thinking, or there's potential to really consider long term. Like there is a part of them that's nervous that things between you guys might not be real, even though they feel that it is. But again, like that logical side of them maybe question things quite a bit. And it feels like sometimes doubts creep in regarding whether they're enough for you as well. And they could feel like they need to put on this front, or like pretend things are going okay in their personal life or their work life or another area of their life, maybe related to their family. But they feel like they need to kind of like pretend things are okay. They do feel tired emotionally, and this could be due to a lot of things, including your relationship. Um, at the moment, they could feel like they're maybe having to hold themselves back from being truly happy with you, maybe due to their circumstances. And they do feel slightly possessive over you as well, and they could feel like they need to be more forward with you as well. So we also have nothing will stand in my way. We have I want to break our energetic bond. There's something. My mind is elsewhere. Keep it real with me, clear, blunt, and honest communication. And honest communication is important to me. We have innocence. Your mind, back off. You are extremely sexy. We have protection, and we also have happy life. So they actually feel you're incredibly sexy to them, like they do feel very attracted to you. And with nothing will stand in my way, it feels like they feel focused on you, and like they are kind of determined to move forward with you in some capacity. And with innocence, they do hope that you will show them a more innocent side to you at some point. They do feel your mind is elsewhere right now. And with happy life, they feel that you actually live a very happy life. And they want to be able to add to that and be a part of it. They also feel like they can come across quite guarded, and they could feel like they need to stop doing that. So it feels like they want you to understand that on some level, they want you to keep it real with them. They could, want, enjoy, like, prefer clear and honest and blunt communication could be very important to them. So it feels like they want that to be, a big part of your relationship. With I want to break our energetic bond, it feels like they kind of want to do everything they can in their power to not break the energetic bond that you guys have. They may not even believe in energetic bonds, but they could believe it when it comes to you. Like, again, like you do bring out that more emotional side to them. So yeah, they could also feel quite protective over you. And with you on mine, I think I may have said this earlier, but they could have some possessive feelings towards you as well. But for a lot of you, they could feel like you're kind of theirs. I mean, depending on where your relationship is at right now, or there's potential for that to happen. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful. I'm wishing you the best. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Please take care. Bye.